In today's video, we're gonna make this wallet that we're gonna give away to one of our lucky subscribers. Stay with us to the end of the video and I'll tell you how to win it. So years ago, I was making my first trip to Alaska and I had made myself one of those big, almost trucker wallets. But back in those days, you carried all your credit cards and a checkbook and all that. And it was a, you remember the kind of big fold over style. It was tough to take to an airport. I mean, you got this thing, you had to keep it in a bag, constantly messing with it. So the next time I went anywhere on a plane, I decided to make myself a different wallet system, and I came up with this one. And this was just gonna be for traveling. This little short, in your pocket. I thought all I need to do is carry my credit card, an ID to get through the airport, and also some money, and also I can keep this in my front pocket and it's not too bulky. It holds a couple of credit cards, your ID, you can fold up a couple of bills in there, stays nice and thin. So,
as you guys know, there are millions of leather wallets and stuff that you can get, but often they're made with that pleather and it's fabric backed material and it just degrades. And then as soon as it degrades, it looks like crap because you can see the fabric behind it and you can tell that it's not a real leather wallet. And they don't last 10, 15, 20 years like a genuine full grain leather wallet does, like these.
Yep. I just started, after that, realized, wow, it's nice to have that little wallet. So I started carrying this exclusively, and out the door went the big fat checkbook wallet. But also we don't carry checkbooks anymore. So yeah, that helped. That transition helped. So that's the project we're working on today. All right, let's go get some leather. We'll start this project using English bridle. And the reason I like it for stuff like this, belts, wallets, it's got a really durable tannage. It's got a nice even finish to it. It's drum dyed, so you can see there's very little white inside there. The color comes all the way through, so it'll hold up and be really durable.
So what does drum dyed mean?
It means the whole piece of leather goes into a vat. It's, instead of it just being a top coat of dye, it's soaking in dye. So it completely dyes all the fibers deep inside, so that when you scratch it, see, the scratch comes up more like the surface. We'll cut this out, and then I'm gonna do a little floral pattern on the outside here as I'm getting down toward the belly. So just so you know, this is the belly of the hide right here. These are armpits. So this leather here, this is good for making things that need to mold a lot because it's got a lot of stretch to it. And as you get toward the belly, you've got, again, from the back, you've got a good dense leather, but here again is another dense leather, this belly leather. So this is where we're gonna take this. And it gets away from all the stretch marks and stuff. So this is 8 ounce English bridle. All right, let's get it cut out. Little flexible square. Anytime I'm making a little one of these wallets, I wanna make certain that I get my angles perfect because I don't want to count on just a paper pattern to get me square. So I just want to make sure that I've got good solid corners, or 90s. All right, we got the outside cut out here, and now we're going to cut out the pockets. Got the perfect stuff for those pockets right here. That would be a nice combination. Now this is a case, this is chrome tan. More than likely, I don't know for sure, but let's just take a look. I'm pretty sure this is also struck through, so that's drum dyed.
All the way through.
And then this has a gloss finish added to it, to the top, an acrylic finish. So it'll look nice, last really well. All right, we're gonna cut 2 of these out. All right, just like that. That's how simple it'll be. And this will just get, these pockets will get sewn in after we get the outside tooled and finished, and that'll be a wallet. All right, so I got this piece cut out and cased, the casing started, but I realize now that I feel it and how malleable it is, it's just gonna be too heavy. So I cut out another piece and I'm gonna show you me splitting this. We'll get this down to 5 or 6 ounce versus 8 ounce, and that'll be a lot better weight for this. So it stays nice, thin profile. So I'll take you through it. All right, got a freshly sharpened blade. Sometimes it requires pliers.
Nice.
There we go. Yeah, so that's much better. Let this case up for a little while, and then I'll finish the cut on it. In the meantime, while we're waiting for that, let's go do a tooling pattern. A fresh sheet of vellum. This will be the tooling field right here. I'm going to get my template and start making my circles, and then I'll draw it. In this case, it's going to be all scroll. There'll be no flowers in it. So usually I'll come in here with a circle. It becomes a smaller one, then back to a bigger one, like that. And then maybe it'll be a larger one there, a smaller one there, like that. Okay, so there's my kind of general theme. And then I'll just go match those rough circles and give myself some hard borders. And that one's just going to be a skosh bigger than everything else. And so what I'm shooting for here is just a little variety. All right, so there's my beginning. And then I'll choose where I'm starting this pattern. Sometimes it's dead center and it grows that way. Sometimes I'll just start in the corner. So let's do it that way. I'll start in the corner. All right, and I'm carrying this all the way around like that. And so that's how it's going to connect. And then I just go in and begin the fill in. So this one is just straight, kind of when I say scroll work, it's like scrimshaw rifle, you know, gunsmithing. Lots of loops, flourishes, and I'll just do this really rough to start with, and then I just refine it more and more as I go. Fill in corners. Okay, so that's carrying like that. So now might be the time when you've got this laid out, maybe a little sooner, but let's just say I wanted to put CEO in here, right? Then I would have chosen one of these circles to do the logo, and that would have ended up right there. Maybe on this particular wallet, we're going to do a concho right there, and so we'll create a space for that concho to go. Sometimes what I'll do is, let's do that right now. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll bring this in here, okay? And what you're doing here, I'm going to tie these two scrolls together and give this, comes around, wraps around that scroll. So it gives it a lot of dimension, right? Ties the top and the bottom together. Remember when you were a kid, I'd sit at the dinner table and do this?
Oh yeah.
Especially if I'm doing a full tooling pattern, like a fully tooled saddle or something, it is hours of pattern drawing, and I'd have to do it at night. So that's close enough. So now we're going to transfer this onto the leather. This is coming right back to where I want it. By the time we get to carving, it'll be ready. So we'll go ahead and transfer this pattern on here. So just to give you an idea, you can kind of see the color. See how this is coming back to the original brown, and this is still dark here. So that's still too wet on this side, but it's okay on this side. So we'll get this pattern transferred, and we won't start carving until it's all about that color. These don't exactly work. This always happens to these old junkers. The problem is, if I've got solid frames, then I break them. So I haven't found the perfect answer to this. Maybe a pair that hangs around my neck.
Oh, that'd be handy.
Get tangled
and they magnet in the front.
Yeah, you can.
Have you seen those?
Yeah, oh yeah. I remember my graphic design professor had them. And this is the way I start every saddle project, every holster, anything that's floral carved. I'll create a shape. I'll create a tooling shape, and then I'll draw the pattern to fill it. Whether it's flowers or logos or brands, or I'm kind of partial to just the scroll work myself. But. Okay. So now that I've got that transferred, I'm going to go back in here, clean up those lines. And this is what my knife, my swivel knife, is going to follow these lines that I'm making right now. So I try to be really careful. Now I'm looking at this space right here and I'm thinking, that needs something. So we'll just throw a leaf in there. And that's really important when you're doing this scroll work, to make sure everything has a really clean, steady curve to it. That's what you're chasing, is that good taper to your lines and making sure your circles are smooth. So we'll let that dry up a little more before I start carving on it. Ready to start carving. We got her all carved. Now I'm gonna use my beveler all over to get it ready for stamping. All the beveling's done. Now I'm gonna go in and recess all the bevels with my patterner, waffle stamp, and then we'll go ahead and recess the background all around it, and then I'll do my finish work and we'll have it done. See, this leather for this wallet is pretty thin, so we're not hitting this too hard. You want there to still be some fibers left underneath these stamps. Otherwise you'll get that, over time, that leather will crack where it's been hammered too thin. Next one, pear-shaped beveler, and I like to go in and use this on all of my scrolls and give them dimension. Just use it as a push beveler and smooth out the transitions from low to high. And again, the whole idea here is to make everything look like it's flowing together in one big vine. And I think we've accomplished that. Okay, here's where we started. This is the pattern we drew. And there's the carved portion of it. They're pretty durable. They hold up a long time.
And they're a super handy size.
Yep.
It just works. They're awesome.
Well, throw yours out here. And so this is another style. Just a very simple little borderline.
I started using that. That's probably 3 or 4 years old.
Yeah.
Mine.
Mm-hmm. It's a good solution, I think.
Yeah. Really nice size. The difference is, actually pull that back out. The one we're going to be making, mine looks thicker because it's got more stuff in it, but his is lined on the inside. Mine is not lined. And we decided that not lining it, although it's doesn't seem like it's as nice a fit and finish, it folds a lot easier.
Don't have that. You know, look how this flops open, and this one that's lined, it really wants to stay closed. So I think having that part not lined is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yep. We let this dry overnight in this newfangled press. Let's see what it looks like.
Sweet.
So that's what it looks like. Now we're going to do the antiquing on this. Because this is English bridal, we don't need to oil it or top coat it.
So we're just going to antique it.
We're just going to antique it. Correct.
How similar is that to shoe polish? Like black shoe polish?
Pretty similar.
I feel like
Very
it's the
similar.
same thing.
Yeah, it's very similar. This is a little thinner, just so you can spread it. But I would bet if you went in to the ingredients and you'd see that they were in the same factory.
Yeah.
Milling the same thing. We're going to glue these in. The reason I'm not flood staining this is because I don't want this to penetrate a lot. I want it to just be on the top. Otherwise it'll change the color of the outside. You know, it'll soak in all the way to the...
What's this pen you're using?
It's basically a Sharpie, but it's got this really fine point so I can get down into marking specific spots, like when I'm doing holes for a belt, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. All right.
Do you need to sand off any of that wax?
No, it'll be all right.
It'll be all right, he says.
It'll be all right. Let's get this really tight to the edge so it doesn't take up too much space. It'll be all right, he says. Oh, shit, should have sanded the edges.
I didn't hold it all. I guess it depends, but my question is most of the time, you're not relying on the cement, the glue, to hold the product.
Correct.
You're using the glue to hold it in place for sewing.
Correct. Correct. Now, the glue itself does have, you know, it does add
stick
strength.
like crazy.
Yeah,
it
does
does
add
for
strength for sure. But the main purpose of it is not to is only for assembly. And the other thing that it does is it will glue the edges together. So when you finish it, it's one piece.
Right, rather than the other side of the sew
coming apart.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
So the whole edge is one.
Yep. Exactly. So then when you finish it,
you see that actually quite a bit now that you mention that.
Them separating.
Yeah. With just cheap leather stuff.
Yeah.
You see that all the time.
Yeah. Because if all you do, because I could do this, I could take these pieces and just line them up on the sewing machine and run the edge guide and just sew the square. Mm-hmm. And mostly that would work. Sometimes it'd move, but mostly that'd work. This way you assure that it's in place and you get that full adhesion. And so it makes it look nicer in the end, in the long run. All right, so we'll let that dry up and we'll get to sewing. We're ready to lay these down.
And if you're curious, we probably only waited for 60 seconds or so for that to dry up.
Yeah.
You can wait longer though.
Yep.
It's still super tacky when it's glued into itself.
You got 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
To wait, yeah. All right, let's go sew it up. Make sure my edge, where that leather comes, so I can do a back stitch that includes that. Then I'll show you when I'm sewing, so that the stitch goes over the top of the pocket.
So now you're back stitching.
So what I did here was I sewed this so that you could get, so the thread went over the top edge of this.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So we'll pull away. Okay, now I'm going to stain these edges, and we'll do this twice. We'll give a double stain and polish so it is really durable. So I'm going to go one more time, go back here, put more color on it, one more time with the wax, and then we'll buff it one more time.
Nice.
Stitch lines. Keeps them from coming unraveled. Also makes the whole thing look a lot cleaner.
Gorgeous.
Let's test it out. Credit cards. So you can get a couple in that side, a couple on that side. You can do your ID over here. You can do one on each side. Just the right size. Stays nice and thin.
And once this gets used for just, I mean, not even very long, it'll start to take on
and it just
a little bit of a mold.
Mold into your body a little bit like that. Yep.
And it just ends up being absolutely awesome. So one of our lucky subscribers is getting a prettier wallet than either of us have, so that's pretty cool.
Thanks for staying to the end. If you'd like to win this wallet, you have to be a subscriber, like our video, and comment wallet in the comments. We'll pick the winner this week. We'll announce it in our next video, and we'll figure out how to get it to you. Thanks for watching.